Very refreshing. We went for a run this morning and it was a perfect morning, and tomorrow is going to be...
And a lot of people felt the same way, busy around Lake Shawnee.
Very busy around Lake Shawnee, and if you do have plans to get out tomorrow morning, going to be much of the same. Let's take a look at Seneca, Kansas. This is the Seneca weather camera at Spring Creek Golf Course. A great day to be out on the golf course. Very comfortable temperatures, very tolerable humidity values. We are going to see a little bit of a warm up tomorrow, but certainly nothing like we have experienced the past 2 days. Here's a look at those current temperatures across the area. We're sitting in the mid to upper 80s for most of us. It's 85 in Topeka, 84 in Lawrence, 91 down in Emporia. We are much cooler than we were at this time yesterday by about 5 to 10 degrees. And yesterday we were dealing with oppressive humidity as well. We saw those heat index values well into the triple digits. In fact, Topeka had a heat index value of 112 degrees for a little bit yesterday. Dew points now are in the 40s and 50s. This is very comfortable. To put this into perspective, yesterday our dew point values were in the mid to upper 70s. So dew points measure the amount of moisture in the air. Upper 70s is tropical rainforest. This is very, very comfortable for August in Kansas. And that is thanks to a northerly wind. We did have a cold front move through yesterday. In fact, our dew point values dropped by 10 degrees in a matter of a couple of hours once that cooler and drier air began moving into our area. And we're going to continue to see that tonight. Look at our national satellite and radar, wide chunk of the Midwest with clear skies. We have high pressure to thank for that. Off to our west, though, you will notice clouds and a few rain showers in portions of the Rockies. That's part of our next storm system that will move through tomorrow night, going to bring storm chances to the area. Very slight storm chances, and it looks like most of the Chiefs game should be dry if you're thinking about heading over to Arrowhead Stadium. Again, we have high pressure in control of our area right now, and Hurricane Irene is now showing up on our weather maps. You can see that down off the coast of Florida. And again, this is going to ride up the East Coast, going to be a very, very big weekend for folks along the East Coast. And of course, we'll continue to track that on our Skywatch 13 Facebook page and WIBW.com. Closer to home, we're dry conditions expected this evening. Yesterday, we hit 96 at Topeka's Billard Airport with oppressive humidity. Triple digits in Emporia and Salina. Much more comfortable today. 86 for a high in Topeka, 91 degrees in Emporia. So much cooler today, tolerable humidity values, and a refreshing overnight forecast. 62 degrees with clear skies. 94 tomorrow, warming up a little bit.
Let's turn to Amy Schmidt with a look at some of the damage done over last night's storm. Hi, Amy.
Hey, Ryan, we did have severe weather last night. Of course, Thursday night was the damage done to Shawnee County was the hardest hit. Last night, we had Jackson, Jefferson, and parts of Atchison County that were very hard hit. In fact, we're going to take a look at a few pictures. These were sent into our Skywatch 13 Facebook page. A devastating scene is what many folks are describing up around the Whiting area. This is sent in from Alyssa Brown out of Whiting. You can see the shed lost the roof, completely toppled on it. This next picture sent in from Carrie Wright out of Whiting. You can see that siding of the house is just pillaged with holes of wind-driven hail. So lots and lots of siding damage, and also lots of windows being reported knocked out due to wind-driven hail. This picture sent in from Lucas Cochran, a big hoop building located southeast of Whiting. You can see the complete inside, the entire side, and most of the roof is missing from this picture. This next picture is sent in from Alyssa Brown, a tree that snapped from the wind at Spring Hill Cemetery in Whiting, Kansas.
Really a beautiful scene up in the sky with all those gorgeous hot air balloons.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to believe that we're talking about events coming up in September.
I know,
already.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that outside. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. We saw gloomy skies waking up. In fact, many folks, again, waking up to damage across the area in portions of Jackson and Jefferson County. Let's take a look outside Topeka right now. The good news is you'll get a good night's sleep tonight. We don't have any storm chances in the forecast. Dealing with very loud storms the past couple of nights. We are dry right now across the capital city, and we're dry across all of northeast Kansas, and that will continue as we go into the overnight hours. Here's a look at your Dick Edwards Ford Manhattan running forecast. Tomorrow, temperatures starting in the mid to upper 60s. We'll make it to 81 degrees by noon, upper 80s for your daytime high for any outdoor activities that you may need to get done. A lot of folks may want to forgo the run and get some cleanup done instead. Sunrise will be at 6:41 in the morning. Sunset will be at 8:10 tomorrow evening. High temperatures today, a pretty big discrepancy across the area. We saw 81 in Lawrence, 81 in Hiawatha, 83 in Topeka, but notice off to the west, much warmer conditions, 91 in Manhattan, 91 in Salina. Our cloud cover this morning dissipated from west to east, so folks off to the west saw a few more hours of that sunshine than what we saw here in eastern Kansas, so that's why there was such a wide discrepancy as far as our temperatures go. Right now, pretty much everyone sitting in the lower to mid 70s with the exception of Salina. We have 74 in Topeka and Emporia. 75 in Manhattan, still 81 degrees in Salina. And again, our Dick Edwards Ford Manhattan storm tracker is clear. This time, the past 2 nights, we were tracking storms coming in out of Nebraska that did produce lots of damage across portions of northeast Kansas, but don't have to worry about that tonight. Fortunately, we are dry, and dry conditions are expected tonight. You'll see that cloud cover as it moved out of our area by about mid-morning today, and we're left with mostly clear skies. Now, we could see some patchy fog. A lot of areas have received quite a bit of rainfall over the course of the past 48 hours, so patchy fog not out of the question, mainly low-lying areas overnight tonight. We did see high temperatures again across the area in the lower to mid-80s across eastern Kansas, warmer out toward the west. Tomorrow, everyone's going to see wall-to-wall sunshine, so we'll see high temperatures generally in the upper 80s and lower 90s.
Jennifer Gentry's Derby Pie was first place today at the Pie Fair. Weather time now with none other than pie judger Amy Schmidt. Amy, how was the scoop today? Tell us about it.
It was good, and if anyone has any sort of food judging competitions, I'm always game to judge.
Volunteer, huh?
Especially pie.
All right.
it was a tough day, but someone had to do it.
Exactly.
And it was inside in the Expo Center, the cool air condition. If you're heading out to the Shawnee County Fair tomorrow, it's inside. Lots of stuff to do. And a good event to get out of the heat. We do have one more day of the excessive heat before we see a little bit of a break. Let's go outside. This is a live look from our Huntoon Hills Sky Cam this evening. We're looking at 470 and Huntoon Street in Topeka, and we are seeing a dry capital city at this time, and pretty much all of northeast Kansas dry at this time. A few pop-up storms have developed off to our west. However, they are dying out. We are not out of the woods. We could still see a few storms overnight. A few folks lucky enough to get under one of those showers, and we do have some more rain chances tomorrow, but we are still going to be dealing with excessive heat again tomorrow. Here's a look at your Dick Edwards Ford Manhattan running forecast. Temperatures like this morning, not dropping too far, only into the lower 80s. Going to be a very muggy start. Temperatures making it into the lower 90s by tomorrow at noontime. 99 for your daytime high. A few folks will see the triple digits again tomorrow with heat index values near 110. Make sure you stay hydrated tomorrow. If you don't get out super early or wait until later on in the evening, just hop on the treadmill. Not safe to be out in the hottest part of the day in these sort of temperatures. Sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 6:16. Sunset at 8:52 tomorrow evening. Temperatures at this 10 o'clock hour, we're still at 87 degrees in Topeka, 88 in Emporia, 89 degrees right now in Manhattan, factoring in humidity. Still feels like 97 degrees in the capital city, 92 in Lawrence, 91 degrees in Emporia. Fairly light winds. One thing about tomorrow, we're not going to have those winds working in our favor. Kind of creates a little bit of a breeze. I know just blowing around the warm air, but a little bit of relief. We're not going to see very light winds tomorrow. Right now, our Dick Edwards Ford Manhattan storm tracker is dry. We do have a very weak cold front that will move through the area tonight into tomorrow. Could spark a few isolated storms as we go into the day tomorrow. And Supercast does show a few storms, especially as we get into the afternoon hours. A few folks lucky enough to be under one of those showers. Excessive heat warning continues for all but the northern tier of counties right near the Nebraska border through tomorrow evening. Again, going to be dealing with those heat index values near 110. This could be a 10th consecutive day in a row with high temperatures at or above 100 degrees. So make sure stay hydrated. Avoid the alcohol and caffeine. Drink plenty of water, even if you're not thirsty. Smaller meals more often helps. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing. Take lots of breaks in the shade. And again, strenuous activity, save that for early in the morning or later on in the evening when it's not as hot. Make sure you check on pets, check on grandma and grandpa, and never leave pets or children in the back of a car. In this kind of heat, that situation can become fatal very, very quickly. 80 degrees tonight, very muggy, few pop-up storms possible. Tomorrow, 99, our last scorcher before our little bit of relief. It's very, very possible that we could be dealing with the 10th consecutive day in a row with triple-digit